Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing our Liu Biao run in Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14. Last episode we managed to get Xinye and lose every single duel possible. That was big stressing. This episode we're going to try and play nice with Liu Bei. In the interim we work to consolidate our stuff a little bit, and we also are going to be sending goodwill to Liu Bei, a little bit of the Diplo, and the reason for this is we're going to try and get him to just surrender to us, and same with Shai Xai. We tried a frontal assault, it really didn't work. We're just going to pull back our troops, send some diplomats and ask, hey, will you kindly give up? We'll see how things go, but now they have gotten much closer to Yang, and we do have a little bit of a defense going, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to cut the supply line even. Considering he's single filing more and more troops, we're just going to try and cut through here and then cut through back once Fa Zhang kind of renews the supply line. But let's peel one off and see how this turn goes. This is probably the biggest battle in terms of troops. We are moving these guys back to defend here, and we're moving this guy on over, and so hopefully everything kind of coordinates. Yeah, there we go. Everything's looking about where we wanted. And we get our little diplomacy on. The diplomacy in this game is very, very, sort of, unrefined, let's say. But we are just going to give money to Liu Bao's army, or Liu Bei's army. And it looks like we are getting a lot of damage down on them without returning a lot of damage. So this is going to be good for us. Not for them, of course. And let's just take a quick look at what's going on here. Yeah, they are eating a lot of damage. We have two guys in front with bows behind. We have one guy with the bow behind, but not expecting this guy to loop past too quickly. We might be able to, or we might want to actually march out with a smaller guy. Let's see, does anyone have a formation that we like? We kind of like Ring, but that guy sucks. Actually, all these guys suck except for this guy, who would be using bows anyways. And he's even not that great. See, I think that we want to maybe shift these guys over one. But we can maybe move this guy here. Just in case someone does come into the pocket. Or he'll get a little bit more damage down. I don't know. We'll maybe leave him back. We don't want to let the Rams get in on this city here. But it looks like we're going to be able to snake across here. Maybe we just want to pick this up while we're here. And then come across. He's going to be a little ways behind. We do have more reinforcements coming, and what we have been doing in the interim is we are going on constructing several defensive areas. The reason being is we are going to need, once they unify against us, once all of China unifies against us, we are going to be in pretty bad shape. And so we want to make sure that, or we're not necessarily bad shape, but it's going to be everyone against us. Right now, we are the bad guys on the block. We have the most territory out of anyone. We have 122 officers. You know, we're really, really strong. But once every one of these warlords unifies against us, it's not going to be that case anymore. And we're going to be playing defensive like we were at the very start of the run, which is going to be kind of where we're in. We also have this coming over here, but I think we'll be able to defend against this easily enough. Not sure exactly. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go here. We're going to look to cut his supply line. We might have to fight him on the water, but I think we'll be fine enough on the water. We have some bonuses, and we have better boats than they do. For whatever reason, they're not using the max level boats. Love to see these guys fighting. Once they all unify, there's going to be no more infighting. Alright, so we've sent out the diplomat to ask for Liu Bei's surrender. He'll arrive there in 2 turns. Until then, we're going to watch the action here. This is a pretty big one. We didn't march anyone out. This might have been a bit of a mistake, but I think it's okay. Silent Death. A very strong ability. I believe it inflicts all status ailments and does some damage. So now she's confused. She's crying, she's screaming, and she's throwing up. These two guys work well together. Really love when I get the pairing. But he's out. And this guy is going to single file his ass in here. looks like. So we, of course, are getting attacked in a couple plot spots. Now, it says that, unfortunately, he's marching towards Jiaoji. We are trying to send him money so that he likes us. And so, unfortunately, we're going to become hostile. And so it's just 10k, like a huge amount of money down the drain. But hopefully, you know, he just kind of retreats after this and doesn't keep pushing. And we can kind of send him more money. A little bit unfortunate on that front, but we will soon be kind of getting it in there. Alright, so hopefully they accept our request for surrender. That is Liu Bei, the green guy, not this purple guy. This purple guy's not surrendering, not yet. But he is going to be losing a lot of troops here. Please, save some lives. Awesome. So we pick up all of his officers. And he is done. Now we have another envoy coming in as well. So hopefully these guys single file a little bit. And we gave him some money. A lot of money. To try and become hostile, but I think we're just going to become enemies again. So Guan Yu is going to take a ton of damage here, so we're going to look to move him back, and their supply line is cut. Ooh, big nice. Alright, so we are going to maneuver these guys around. We had cut this supply line successfully. Now this guy's just going to renew it, but for now, they are all confused. So that is a big nice for us. We won't even move this guy back, I don't think, because he's laying damage down right here. I think we're just going to move him into here, him into this pocket, and really just going to lay down a ton of damage while these guys are all confused. Except him? Is he not confused, or is he not restrained? Yeah, it looks like he might not be confused. He knows what he's about. But this is enough to, like, really push in and hopefully lay all these guys out. Now, after we come here, we're just going to sweep back across and look to do it again. We'll also assign a governor to Guling, but not really expecting him to stick, kind of expecting it to not stick, but it's not a big deal. If it doesn't stick, let's see, barracks. And so that'll be pretty good on that front. So as far as appointments go, we just changed all of our titles. We released everyone, and then we auto-appointed, which shook things up quite a bit, because obviously we picked up a whole bunch of guys in Runan here. Now we're going to come in and we're going to reward, because they are not very loyal, these new guys that we got, and we do want them to be loyal. And so we will be rewarding a whole lot of people, in addition to the people who were upset about us, you know, kind of not demoting them to lower kind of pathways. We will also just kind of sneak in here, put down employees kind of on everyone who's pretty good in a lot of spots, you see here, and this sort of thing. Normally we're not really showing the fact that we're checking the rewards every turn, but we're using the heuristic of, actually we could probably just reward everyone. We have a lot of gold now. Maybe not. So that's kind of the situation. Let's take a look at some of the officers we got here, because we picked up a whole bunch. We picked up Guan Yu, who we talked about earlier in the run, but he's semi-venerated in Chinese culture. He is one of the 5, or he's head of the 5 Tiger Generals, and you can see statues of him in a lot of mom-and-pop Chinese food restaurants. He's got Divine General, Assault and Defense of other units is increased. A Duelist, he clapped us a couple times last episode. Glory, that's not as good a one, and then Afran's pretty good. Morale of units other than your own is less likely to decrease, and Cornerstone, he's pretty good at helping Governor. This is one of my favorite heroes of the 3 Kingdoms. He's discerning, and he cannot be inflicted with status ailments, period. Cannot be inflicted with status ailments. He's Duelist, he's courageous, he's good at fighting with low numbers, and his defense is increased while retreating, and he's got bodyguards, so he takes the place in duels. Meng Yao's custom officer, again, pretty high stats here. He's going to have we're probably going to move a lot of these guys around, but he is got Brave General. He's not affected when surrounded. His morale of enemy units is more likely to increase. Morale is less likely to decrease. He's got Duelist and Non-Mon. We're probably going to move him down, you know, into the leftmost area. This is the second Oath Brother of Guan Yu. So it's Guan Yu, Zheng Fei, and Liu Bei. He's very strong, got a lot of strength. He's also got Latent, which I always thought was a little bit weird, but overall very solid. We're probably going to keep the party together in terms of Liu Bei's guys. This is a customs officer. She's got Duelist, Latent, Disciplined, Sojourner, less likely to decrease, and she's good when there's a lot of people around. Horse Stampede is a pretty good one. Gives allied maneuver, although it's not as good as Enemy of All or War God here, or even Lone Horseman. But you know, she's very solid. We have Manchong, who is a character that's super well balanced and usually is pretty good in the games, but like never like insane. We got Yan Yi back. She was on our team and then she left us. We got Mei Kai, who we have some of her children in, let's see, who do we have? Mei Ren. Is that not her child? Oh, I guess we can't see it. But she is a custom officer, really high charisma, and just kind of, you know, there are many units increased. Bandits do not appear. Public order is increased. Allies are more likely to return alive. And this is the one that's really good. You are more likely to be added to a coordinated attack regardless of your relationship. So it's kind of like she has, what's it called? Benefits with everyone. That came out weird. It's kind of like when she has adjacency boosts with everyone, and she has for the people, that is going to be Confucian, which we will pay less for. Jai Hua, I think is, yeah, she gives thorough government. She's customs officer, very good, but we will probably be moving her towards our auto thing. Custom officer, strong duelist, this is kind of where he's at. Daughter of Meng Yao, custom officer. Guan Ping is the daughter of Guan Yu, pretty solid officer. He's got Ministrant, which is pretty good, with the coordinated attack, which we were just discussing. Helps him get adjacencies with everyone. It's actually an extremely good ability, but it's entirely defensive. This is Ma Hua Bulan, which is the legend of the Chinese folktale from the Disney movie, an unlockable officer. Liu Bei, who's the guy who submitted to us, very good. The most charismatic, I think, character in the base game. Talented Virtue is pretty good, and he's got, yeah, his abilities aren't the best, but Swift is actually pretty good. Not as good as the loud car outside. You can't really beat that. It's not a car, though. I think that's the dump truck. You know how it'd be like that sometimes. This guy is, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he's an unlockable Prince of the Zhao Kingdom during the Warring States period, and so he's alright. And I think that's kind of... We got some more ministry types down here, so let's actually go to basic. Let's go back, actually, because we were sorted by leadership. We're kind of out of the pool of the leaders that are pretty good. This guy is going to be helping us out. Poetic, Furious, Famed Mirror, Cultured, pretty solid. His leadership's not that great. We're probably going to move him towards our ministerial, like, block, or cities that we have going on. And so, yeah, just, we pick up a ton of officers. A ton of them are really good. And so we will, first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to move several of them to over here, and we're going to move, yeah, this is our automated AI one, and we're going to move a lot of the politics guys who are not good in a fight, so that don't have very good leadership. We're going to move a lot of these guys out. If they have a lot of leadership, we're going to keep them around, but this will allow us to, you know, better manage other areas. Oh, we'll keep him around. Jin Yang might be something. He's friends with Liu Bei. We'll just keep him with Liu Bei or around there. And this is kind of, we got the full gamut. Probably don't need someone like Fu Ren. And then we will move over here. The big ass dump truck. no, we will move. We will move Meng Yao and Meng Hua. I think there's another one. I thought there was. And we're going to move them on over to kind of be in an area where they should be able to do well, because Nanman, there's a lot of dense forests in woods and dense forests in that area, and there's the Nanman people are down there, and so there's the Nanman, and so that'll be good. I think that some officers might have left our force immediately. No. Or, well, this is the other one. We now have Daddy on here. So we'll send a couple, and we'll also, because we would like to get the third of the Mengs, we'll also try and damage her loyalty. Nah, it's not going to work. Alright. And now, we just have to try and get this through on Shai Zi as well, you know, in addition to these other ones. So hopefully, I think we have another goodwill heading his way, and so in the next couple turns, it will develop in a good way. We also just picked up 29 officers, so we're going to see how we can possibly shake up the administration. We're going to take a look at the warlords. We probably just want to keep in Zheng Leon, because he's very good, but this guy would make some sense. He produces all the domestic policies. We're not as high up on, you know, producing a lot of the schemes. The schemes are generally not as good. We will kind of try and take a look. We know that we do have someone who is Confucian that is a little bit better. We're just looking to see what we can... We want to see if we can get any discounted stuff, so we want to see if we can get stuff that's Confucian. So, for example, Mei Kai is only going to cost us 5 for this, and so we're probably going to do that. At the very least, we would swap out this one for Mei Kai's, because it is a bit expensive. So let's take out Huang Shu's and Lai Gong's and put in Mei Kai for the people. And so now let's take a look. We have promote areas 4, and 3 from here, and then we have promote register 3, so it's level 6 with the for the people. We could do promote areas 1, but it doesn't matter because we are in that shape. Let's see if anyone is going to have Confucian here. We are using Imperial Academies for 4. We would love for an Imperial Academy for a little bit more. No. And we don't have any discounted trained engineers, so the personnel is going to stick the same. We could just kick this guy out if we needed more points. In fact, we might, so that we could do something else down here. Let's see if we have any Confucian developed facilities. No, we haven't really picked anything up on that front, and we probably want to stick with it. I don't think we have Strength of Fish. That is going to be, yeah, Confucian. So, really didn't get to make too much progress, but this +1 on everything is going to be nice. And then I think we have tour areas. Tour areas is much less important now because it just increases the order, but once the order is 100, it's not going to do anything. I suppose we want to be able to make rockfall stuff. And we didn't pick up anyone who can... Yeah, we didn't pick up anyone who's going to allow us to do the next level up. So not as good as I would have hoped for being able to kind of shake things up in this. Alright, now it's time to mop up the troops. This should be over relatively quickly. Hopefully this Guan Yu here doesn't sustain too much damage, but this guy's confused, so... Alright, we're not getting Meng Guan, it sounds like. Yeah, let's go, baby. Godbow. I think that does damage just to one... Yeah, it's just one unit, but that's still okay. Why is he able to talk to her, but the other one couldn't? I don't know. This order is going to be really strong. Yeah, and these guys are just about all mopped up here. So, not too much to see here. Well, I think we just retreat this guy into the mountains. And if he wants to chase, he can chase, and we'll just run over to here, actually. That'd be kind of funny, but eventually we'll pick him up with, you know, one of these guys over here. Alright, so we got a few things going on this term. We have a plot to have this governor, Zhu Fan, is not very loyal, so we have a plot to hopefully make him go independent, which would be super nice for us. We also have going in the demand for surrender in for Shaanxi in Jiao, or this isn't Jiaoji, so used to it. It's in, what city? Nanhai? And also, we have, it's late December again, so we're going to be getting new officers here. And so we're going to click end turn and just watch as these guys get, actually, we actually have some decent concern over here. Yeah, we were worried about Zhang Liao wrapping around the left, but I think that we'll be fine here, and it seems that the AI, oh, okay, well, we'll see. Are you going to say yes or no? Yeah, there we go, baby. So we pick up another 30 or so officers. We also get the geographic advantage in Tianzhu, which lets us trade with India, which is going to be nice. And one more force is down. Yeah. Flawless arrow is going to be nice here, but we are just kind of eating some damage. And now Zhang Liao's going to get into her, and yeah. But he is taking almost no damage here. And we got Miao Qiao matured. She's actually good. She is a customs officer, though. Huang Shao was finally released. And of course, there's going to be a whole bunch of areas to search. We do have some boyos they're still trying to advance down here, but it's probably not going to be very fruitful. We will have him attack and then retreat these troops back, because we might need them to deal with Lu Bu here. 20k stack is pretty fat. But we're only taking 1 damage here. The catapult is still doing work, and so I think we'll just kind of let that happen. I think we'll have her just go directly for Zhang Liao here, and we'll have him cut the supply line and then go for Zhang Liao, and then we'll deal with Lu Bu afterwards on this front here. But let's actually just take a look at some of the officers we got, because we picked up about 20 new officers here, who are all going to be, or there's going to be a lot that are quite strong. We have our absolute bane. We could not push through this guy last episode to save our lives, partially because the AI gets extra advantages from adjacencies that you don't get, but he just has a bunch of really good abilities, and he is very good at zipping around. He doesn't really care too much if his supply line gets cut. He's like one of the few that's like this. You know, his own unit gets incredibly powerful. If there are many units, he gets increased. He ignores zone of control, so he can zip around. He gets increased maneuver and assault, and so he's fast. And this fast, combined with ignoring zone of control, is pretty good, and his morale is not going to decrease, and he doesn't suffer any status ailments when his line is cut. We have Lian Po, who's got Vigorous, which is one of the best ones in the game, and 100 battles is pretty good. He also has developed walls. We will be putting in the strength and armed forces there for that. Veteran general is pretty good. He's, you know, he's mainly a dually type guy, but he's decent. Liu Bang was the guy who eventually created the the Han Dynasty. This is an unlockable officer. The first emperor of the Han Dynasty. He's got a lot of people who are confidants. And he is swift, dependable, and he's alright in battle, but he's mainly about the charisma, mainly about employing other people. And is that really what we got going on? This guy is a unlockable. He's a Shi retainer during the spring and autumn era. Dear friends with Guan Yu, who we also have. He's got famous promoter. We're probably going to be moving him towards the interior, kind of more eco-type area that we have going on. We have Shaanxi, who is probably also going to go inside, but he is very good at developing areas. Yeah, his leadership's not that great, but he's good at developing, so we'll probably move a lot of these guys. We got Ying Zheng, who's the first emperor of Qin. He became the emperor. His abilities are pretty good, 100 politics. And Villainous is really good, decreases all enemy abilities, and Farsighted Design is decent, and so we might actually use him. He's okay. In battle as well. Han Fei is going to be very... Man, they got so many eco guys up in this bizzle. Not too many war guys, but really good eco guys. So on that front, we're going to also do events, because we can now do events. We conquered Jiao province, and so this will give us a little bit more progress. Towards the next level here, which would be really nice. We can now trade with India. That's what this is about. Probably going to trade out of people from Jiaoji. We're just going to look to take a trade immediately, I think, before trying to set up something that's, like, better. Because we're going to take 45-day Boyos. We're going to take Takeda's Shinjin, Genghis Khan. We don't mind. Actually, let's take the boys. Okay. Is that all that's there? Fair enough. We'll take Tabula Rasa too, dude. Let's go. And, don't really mind, we'll take Takeda's Shinjin. We're gonna probably move guys to Jiaoji just to do trading. And I think that, I'm gonna trade some of this. I'm gonna take max troops. We're gonna take, speciality. We're gonna take this cauldron. And try and get some friendship with India, because they give us good items and also abilities, if I recall correctly. Oh, it looks so nice on this map, just a nice blob of blue. We are approaching 200,000, which I think is when we get unified against. And so we might want to try and throw away some troops or something. I mean, we're about to lose some troops here. Ayo. Let's go, baby. Let's see. We do need to, let's here, do titles. We're gonna release all and then auto appoint, which is gonna mainly demote people, but it's gonna really promote a whole lot the new people we got, and then we're gonna come in and reward. And then I think we are going to kind of just come from here and actually, let's just reward everyone just for the sake of some, actually, we don't have a lot of gold. Yikes. So we will reward everyone who's 97 or lower, which is a ton, all the Shaigzi people in particular, and all the people who got demoted are going to also be in there, or several of them. And then we're going to come and sort by leadership, and these are guys who are demoted, who are not happy with being demoted, as makes sense. And we're just going to sort by various stats and look to the ones who are really high in some things. We're going to look to make sure that they're happy. Alright, Mulan can wait a while. And we do want to continue our plot to hopefully get this guy to declare independence. So we're going to do unattended home. And he's going to target the city. Because if we can get him to declare independence... in particular, this would be really nice because... Can we do multiple at once? I don't think we can. Yeah, we can't. We're going to... if he declares independence, we can probably convince him to capitulate to us as well. And so, this is going to be pretty good on that front. Wow, her loyalty just crashed. Unfortunately, Zhang He will not really cut it. And then I think we're going to, after all this, we're going to do some searching because it is the early January. So we're going to put a bunch of searches in and see if we can find anyone good. So I think we're going to switch up our administration like this. We put in Hannibal Barca with Strength and Armed Forces level 4. He is one of the very few who has it. Let's actually double check that we didn't pick up someone who has level 4. Nope. So this is going to be a 9 cost ability. Really, really good. We maybe want to put him in as our warlord. The problem is his intelligence isn't high enough, or isn't as high as this guy's, but we do get our warlords thing for free, so right now we're getting foil the enemy, which isn't all that great. Actually, let's do that. We also moved in and put take the initiative, which we have a discount on because he's Confucian and Imperial Academy over there, so we are maintaining our level 10 boats, but we are getting up to level 9 on Imperial Academy. I think we are just gonna pull one of these, and you know, well, he's only 92. But it's so good. So we're going to do this. And so now we are getting Strength and Armed Forces 4. So we have Strength and Fish level of 10. But what we could do is here, let's clear this out. Is I think we have enough Strength and Armed Forces guys. Yeah, we do. That we could put in 2 more Strength and Armed Forces. And now we have max level on all the armed forces stuff. We do have to find a point somewhere, and sorry, research trains, I think you're out. We will want to kind of come back to research trains when we acquire level 9 in this, but now we are getting plus 10 in all the armed forces because we have 3 strength and armed forces guys and the 1 guy in existence who's 4. So even though we're Confucian and only have 2 battle slots, we have a really strong army for that. I think, yeah, we will confirm. We also managed to get Zhu Fan to go independent, and so we are trying to convince him now that he should lay down his arms and join us, which would help a lot for just giving us, you know, more ground. And I think that, you know, in terms of military, where we're going to try and push, if we get this, it would be really nice if we could push into Jianding and then convince this person down here in the bottom left corner to surrender, and that will probably, almost certainly by then, we will get unified against. It should be coming relatively soon. I think, I know we have the unification setting on, and so if we can pick up these 3 cities and then get ready to rumble, I think that would be really good. But I think we're going to conclude the episode here. We do have a little bit of tension. Well, actually, it's not very tense here anymore, but we did have a little bit of tension. We're just kind of waiting. This guy has so much defense. Just absolutely insane. Of course, he is supposed to be Leonidas, the brave 300 guy. And so, yeah, this episode, we managed to convince a couple boyos to surrender because it was futile, and so we have gotten really, really, really big. Normally, when you do a campaign, you just kind of, you do this, like, convincing people to surrender is one of the ways you kind of pick up steam, but in order to get any of the achievements or anything, or any completion, you actually have to fully conquer the whole map, which is a bit tedious. This entire game is a little bit tedious, so what we'll do is we'll probably end this run after we get the unification against us, and it becomes apparent that we can push and take any amount of cities. That's probably what it's going to be, and so we're waiting for this mass unification, and then seeing if we can push, and then moving from there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one.